In the quiet embrace of night, where shadows entwine with the whispers of the past, I, Kael, lay adrift between the weight of memories. The chamber around me, ancient and solemn, is a silent mausoleum, the air heavy with the palpable grief of all that was lost. My slumber, elusive and distant, is a specter that dances just beyond reach. Instead, the inescapable tide of recollection sweeps me away, carrying me back to a time of light and promise. This is the era before the Ashen Collapse, a time when hope and duty intertwined to form the essence of our being. The Walker Citadel, a majestic structure, stood as a haven amidst the chaos of existence. Its vast halls, carved from crystallized ether, glowed with a serene blue-white energy, a manifestation of the very forces we sought to maintain. The Citadel was a living entity, a pulsating heart whose rhythm matched the cosmic dance of the universe itself. To walk those corridors was to feel the pulse of the cosmos, each step a resonant note in the symphony of creation. The air within the Citadel quivered with memories of the Walkers, our order dozens strong, each clad in dark coats that rippled like shadows amidst the Citadel's luminescence. We were a civilization of guardians, bound by an oath as ancient as the stars to protect the intricate barriers that separated realms. Among us, Maren stood apart, not as a monster, but as my closest confidant, a beacon of what the Walker Order represented at its apex. His brilliance was unmatched, his wisdom, a guiding flame that lit my path even in the darkest of nights. It is said that time erodes all things. Yet the day Maren's gaze turned inward, reflecting shadows of doubt, is etched with piercing clarity into my soul. The dimensional fabric, a living aurora above us, danced with ethereal beauty, colors swirling like the celestial lights of 1,000 dawns. In its beauty, Maren began to see something different. His eyes reflected a yearning that whispered of danger not yet understood. We are not mere custodians, Kael. We are prisoners of our own making. Maren's voice, once a harbinger of wisdom, now carried the edge of rebellion. It was a sharp blade, deftly cutting through the certainties that had defined our existence. His belief that the barriers were not protective veils, but chains, holding us back, planted seeds of doubt within the fertile soil of curiosity and ambition. For Maren, the vastness of the universe was not a series of closed doors, but a myriad of untouched landscapes, each promising more than the last. In those moments, I saw the fracture lines in the Citadel's gleaming halls mirrored the uncertainty within my heart. Maren, whose heart burned with fervor and whose mind soared where others dared not tread, became a beacon of change, and with change came peril. The corridors that once felt infinite now seemed narrow, the air thick with a tension that was almost tangible, as if the very walls withheld their judgment, waiting for the narrative of history to turn its page. Each evening, as the stars spun their celestial tapestry across the sky, I pondered his words, torn between the duty engraved upon my soul and the love I bore for him. It was a love elemental, forged in the fires of shared trials and triumphs, a bond unyielding as the stone beneath our feet. We were as brothers, and the thought of standing against him was anathema to my being. Yet, in the quiet solitude of my own thoughts, I could not shake the feeling that a storm was brewing on the horizon, one that would test the very fabric of our existence. It was on a night drenched in starlight, beneath a silken tapestry of possibilities, that our fates entwined irreversibly. The stars bore witness, silent and eternal, to the unfolding of destiny's design. Maren's resolve had solidified, determination etched into his features as he moved with purpose through the Citadel's sacred heart. Silence met him there, the air heavy with expectation and the burden of choice. It was then that I realized the enormity of his intent, the once gilded path now shadowed by the specter of his ambition. I was torn asunder, caught between loyalty to all that the Walkers stood for, and the irrefutable bond that tethered us together. The weight of before pressed upon my shoulders, ancient and unyielding. How could I act against him when to do so would sever the continuum of my very being? Our souls were intertwined in a dance as old as time, a dance that now spun wildly toward an unfathomable end. In the depths of my heart, I made a decision not of agreement, but of love. A choice that reverberates through the remnants of the world as we know it. It was not an act of bravery, nor cowardice, but an acknowledgement of an affection that transcended the bounds of duty. My heart ached with the knowledge of what was to come, yet my resolve was firm. Some decisions rooted in the depths of our souls cannot be altered by reason or logic. They exist beyond the realm of understanding, in the shadowed corners where love and destiny converge. How does a man reconcile with the knowledge that he could have averted ruin, yet chose the path of inaction? As the Citadel's light dimmed and the Ashen Collapse began to etch its tragic tale upon the annals of time, I understood that some burdens could never be released. The collapse was swift, an unraveling of the worlds that we were sworn to protect. Like a tapestry unweaving in a tempest, the barriers disintegrated, and with them, the delicate threads of existence. Maren's dream had shattered the barriers, and with it, the reality we knew fractured into shadows and echoes. In the lament of what was, I stood alone, the last of the Walker Order, the custodian of all that had been lost. The ruins of the Citadel, once vibrant with purpose and life, now stood as monuments to our hubris, silent witnesses to the devastation wrought by unchecked ambition. For now, in this silence, the solitude is absolute save for the ghost of that moment. Each breath I draw is a testament to the choices made, the roads not taken. The weight of before presses upon me still, a constant reminder of what could have been. And so I lay, adrift in the memories that haunt, knowing that my choice was not born of agreement, but of a love that trembled under the weight of before.